Welcome to the Leather Lounge, a weekly show recorded live every Tuesday where we explore the latest innovations in the Bitcoin ecosystem. From DeFi and dApps to digital art, we bring you in-depth conversations with developers, artists, and community leaders who are shaping the future. Whether you're here to learn about cutting-edge projects or to deepen your understanding of blockchain basics and decentralization, Leather is your go-to source for all things Bitcoin. Content shared on this podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only. It does not constitute financial, investment, or legal advice. The views and opinions expressed are those of the host and guests and do not reflect the official policy or position of any other agency, organization, or company. We encourage you to conduct your own research and consult with a qualified professional before making any financial decisions. Hello and welcome back to the Leather Lounge, where we talk to the builders, artists, and founders shaping the Bitcoin ecosystem. I'm your host, Sean Longstreet, and today we're celebrating a major milestone for Leather. That is the launch of the Leather mobile app. And today we're celebrating with Mark Hendrickson, General Manager. This release is huge, and now Leather fits in your pocket and bringing the full power of Bitcoin native finance to your phone. So whether you're away from your desk, commuting, or traveling, mobile ensures that you have access to your Bitcoin and DeFi assets wherever you are. Multiple wallet management, account integration, creation, transaction previews, UTXO insights, app connections, biometric security. It's all designed for precision and to give you peace of mind. So we're going to talk to Mark Hendrickson today for a deep dive into the features and the vision behind Leather mobile app. We'll also check in with our Leather ambassadors, Reese and 3Hana, to hear firsthand how the mobile experience is transforming Bitcoin and asset management on the go. And if we can get some time at the end, we're also going to talk about the web app, which was debuted last week, which now completes the suite, allowing for a unified experience across platforms. So welcome, Mark. What a special day. You must be pretty excited. Welcome back to the lounge.
Yeah, thanks for having me again. 2 weeks in a row, we've had a couple of big announcements, and happy to talk about this new one from today.
Great. All right. So first of all, just let me do a little pulse check. How are you feeling now that these two major milestones are behind you as of like minutes ago?
I'm really happy. I think for the last year and a half, I think the team has been cooking up these two releases and really thinking about them as a way to kind of reset our brand and our value proposition for our user base. And I think the fact that the day is finally here just feels like a relief that all the stuff we've been working on is finally out there. Mobile has been, I think, the longest standing requested feature, if you will. It's not really a feature, it's the whole product, right? But people have been asking about mobile for years now. And for various reasons, it's been something that we wanted to invest in very thoughtfully and not rush to get out the door. I think a lot of people have a sense that if you have an extension version or a desktop version, just create a mobile version of that, copy and paste and get it out there. But for us, it was an opportunity to really step back, look deeply at just how all of our user flows were currently performing with the other products, ask ourselves what we learned with those products, and redesign and also refactor and rebuild from a code perspective from the ground up. We decided to do a sort of from scratch sort of approach for this versus just copy and paste what we had in the extension. I'm really proud of the work. I think the result is that we have a much more cohesive user experience that solves a number of things that we were dealing with on the extension side that will provide a really amazing foundation to move forward with.
Yeah, let's talk about the timeline, because I know you've been building it for a while now, but I think you've been so intentional about what you wanted the app to include. So what have the last few months been like as you've been really polishing this so that it was cohesive and complete and fit the standards that you had in mind for the team and for the app?
Yeah, well, I think the last few months has been a question of polish and bug fixing and making sure that everything works without changing the feature set more. But I would even start further back from there. So I think a few years ago, we started thinking about mobile. But when the sort of ordinals and stamps wave hit at the start of 2023, we wanted to really focus on supporting that at that time And building mobile in 2023 would have been a big distraction compared to what was going on in that space. And so we really started working on mobile in earnest at the start of 2024. Spent the first half of that year really going deep as far as refactoring our current code base, moving it into a mono repo, and setting things up from a foundational perspective so we can actually build properly. At the same time, we were exploring very widely lots of different design concepts as far as how we could orient this new mobile app. And we're not, of course, the first cryptocurrency wallet around there, and so we wanted to look at what was out there and really survey what other folks had done and decide what we wanted to do in relation to those attempts. We didn't want to again copy and paste things from either ourselves or from other people that we saw out there, other providers. We wanted to learn from them and decide what our opinion was as far as crafting the user experience. So first half of 2024 was all about design research, refactoring the code base. The second half of last year was when we really started to solidify the designs and start to build it out, integrate the feature sets. And then by the end of last year, start of this year, we got into that polish period, which has been the last 5 months or so. And it's been really important to make sure that all the edge cases that are possible with the wallet were teased out and made sure that we integrated those into our thinking and our building.
Hmm, great. Well, I know you've got the screen share set up, so let's instead of we talking about it, let's dive in and have a look. So
Yeah,
let's it's going to be great to see you walk through this as well because you're so familiar with it.
yeah. Let me just pull up my screen. This is a simulator version of the iOS app. It is available for both iOS and Android as of today. And so if you go to either the App Store for Apple or you go to the Google Play Store for Android, you can download it. We have the links from our website, leather.io. It is safest to go use those links versus searching because who knows? Sometimes fake apps do make their ways into the store. But yeah, it's available for both platforms as of today. So the first thing we really thought through was the overall navigation and the home screen experience. And I think a key decision that we made was to have a multi-wallet, multi-account bird's eye view approach. It's actually pretty uncommon to wallets in general. Most wallets, what they do is they dump you into a single account of a single wallet. And so if you are a multi-account user of a given wallet, or you have multiple keys, multiple wallets, and those could be software wallets or those could be hardware wallets, you have to toggle between them and look at one at a time versus just being able to see what do I have across all of these wallets. We think this is super important because as people invest more in Bitcoin and in crypto, they invariably do set up multiple wallets and they set up multiple accounts for their various purposes. We're launching without hardware support yet, but when we add ledger support, for example, we want people to be able to see their software wallets and their ledger wallets side by side. And whenever they open up the app, they can see the total value of their portfolio at the very top here across all those accounts and all those wallets all in one place.
I think that's so smart because I know, especially within the Stacks ecosystem, there's so many different platforms. And I think a approach I personally take and a lot of other people that take is that they kind of compartmentalize certain apps within different accounts for various reasons. But it can be kind of inconvenient. It's a choice a lot of people want to make, and having everything conveniently available right there. That's a great feature, especially handy available in mobile as well.
Yeah, I mean, to the owner of these wallets, you should be able to see them and access them all at the same time, and yet they all do preserve their public uh, distinction and privacy. So other folks won't know that a given account you have is related to another wallet that you have, or another account that you have, or another wallet per se. So you get the best of both worlds. You get to see it all in one place for yourself, but still maintain that privacy and distinction across all of your holdings. You can see here a bit of how it works. So at the very top, we have this carousel of your accounts. So this is an install where I've set up a single wallet with multiple accounts. Um, you can add more accounts whenever you want. You can do so to an existing wallet that you have uh, added to the app. Or if you want to, you can add more wallets. You can see here, this is my wallet one, my first four accounts. If I go to add wallets, then I can either create or restore Currently, we allow for secret key-based, mnemonic-based creation and restoration. So you go here, you'd see 24 words for the creation of your wallets. You can see that instantly was added to the total. So what happened here actually is at the very end, you can see the first account of that wallet I added. So I go back to the settings and wallets. You can see now that I have wallet 2 and account 1. And then from here, you can add more accounts and populate them, and then use them as you will. We took the time to allow for customization of both wallets and accounts. So if you want, you can customize a wallet by renaming it. So you can name its purpose. My fun wallet. You can of course remove them, and then with accounts, you can also customize by going to the account, and you can give it both a name, my fun account, and you can also add an avatar. So
Nice.
this allows you to visually see these accounts. If you have a wallet with lots of accounts and some accounts that you don't actually want to use, you can always hide certain accounts and they won't show up on the home screen. As that allows for some sort of housekeeping, if you will. We also have a feature, I think it was disabled just for this release, but it'll be released soon as we iron it out a bit. Also, we'll have the ability to reorder accounts, so be able to drag these so they show up in a different order on the home screen. So if you want to look at one or two up front versus others, you can do so. And you can see a full list of all your accounts across your wallets here, for example. The home screen is an aggregate of all of your accounts across all your wallets. So here you can see all your tokens, which are from all of those wallets. And if you want to, you can go into a particular account. So if I go into, let's say, account 1 here, you can now see the actual details of just that account. So users still do want, of course, think in the context of a single account. What's in there? Do I want to send from it, receive to it? So we layer that in so the user can go into that view as a sort of single step, nesting step. And so you can see just what you have your tokens, activity, etc. Giving you sort of the best of both worlds from that perspective.
Amazing. Yeah,
And of course,
it looks so clean, and just easy to navigate. The multiple account integration, I think, is really what's needed, especially for mobile right now. I'm just thinking about all the different apps across the Stacks ecosystem, especially in the different wallets that I use for each of them, and how it's going to be able to. I can switch back and forth if I'm doing perps on Velar or checking claiming rewards on Stacking DAO or managing loans on Zest. I mean, or doing the recent Surge campaign with Alex. There's so much happening across the ecosystem that for anyone who compartmentalizes it, that's so helpful rather than having to log out and log in and copy and paste, secret key words and phrases.
yeah. I mean, so just like with last week with the web release, our orientation these days is really all around getting yield with Bitcoin and Bitcoin-based protocols. But one thing with today's release that you don't see quite yet, at least on the iOS side, but you do see it on the Android side, and it's not available on the iOS side just because there are certain sort of procedures we still have to go through to get it approved. But we want to put front and center the opportunity to earn with either stacking or SBDC in particular, or a variety of the apps that we list in our app directory. And the idea is that with mobile, you should be able to discover these opportunities, and you'll see them on Android listed here on the home screen. And also within the in-app browser, you'll see a tab here that lists all the same apps that we show as featured on the web app. You should be able to discover those, connect to them via this in-app browser. You can see here, for example, you can bring up the sort of stacking part of our web app and connect to it and interact with it. So you can manage your pooling, your liquid stacking, essentially set up and manage your positions, and then on the go, be able to see how they're doing. And so that currently, of course, has to do with seeing what tokens you've earned, seeing the activity across your wallets as far as what you're earning. And then over time, what we want to do is expand that so that you see both on mobile and on web, a really comprehensive history of those earnings. So you can see charts and filterable and sortable sort of histories and sort of you can go through and you can analyze what you've been up to from a positions perspective, and then make decisions going forward as how do you want to evolve your strategy. So that's sort of the sort of nutshell of what we're trying to do as far as um, like why bring it to the mobile is like we think people will be interested in checking in on their positions and setting them up when they are away from their desk. I think some people do that when they're at home and they're sitting down, but I think a lot of people, they wake up a given day, they're on the go. They have a sense that they want to modify their strategy because of how the markets are doing or whatever, or they've gotten notifications from us about how it's going and they want to tweak something, and they should be able to do that without having to go back home and sit down.
Yeah, I also think it's great for dApp discovery as well because there may be one entry point that brings someone into the ecosystem, whether it's a specific dApp or a specific approach. If it's like simply just native stacking, maybe they come in there. But with the browse function and the really comprehensive and curated dApp collection, there's really good discovery of new features that it's such native in the app, so you don't have to be switching between different apps on the phone or back and forth between mobile. You can do this anywhere.
Yeah, and so the in-app browser, you can see here we've got two tabs in iOS, and on Android there's a third tab, which is really a discovery tab. What we're seeing here is your connected tab. So we show all the apps that you've already connected to. So you can always go back to them very easily.
Nice.
So if you're connected to the stacking part of our web app, you can see that. Over here, we have a recently visited tab. And so if you've gone to Bitflow or Zest, for example, there's also a way to go back very easily. Not as sort of high priority as what you've connected to, of course, but if you've been investigating, researching opportunities, this is where you would go. And then from here, you'll be able to um, connect and manage via uh, the mobile app. So here I'm connecting to Zest. I choose which account I want to connect with, and I can interact with Zest all within the mobile context. So this is really everything you can do on the desktop with the extension we've brought into this in-app browser and Power as well.
So slick. It looks so smooth and effortless, but I know that setting this up was not smooth and effortless. It really took a lot of coordinated effort from everyone. Is there before we bring up Reese and 300, is there anything else that you want to talk about or feature now that we have the screen share?
Um, I think we put a lot of uh, effort into the details of pretty standardized flows, you'd say, for wallets, like sending and receiving. When you send, you can choose not only the asset you want to send from, but of course it's multi-wallet enabled, so you can choose the account you want to send from. We've really worked on polishing all these details throughout the whole flow. Same thing with receive. You should be able to receive into all your accounts, receive across the L1 and L2 very easily. Use QR codes both for receiving and for sending. So when you're receiving, you can show your QR code for your account. When you're sending, you can choose. Let's see here. Choose the recipient can be based on recent accounts or addresses that you've sent to. So we remember this and automatically generate an address book basically for you.
Hmm.
Or you can use a QR code. This probably doesn't work on my desktop, but you could scan a QR code and send to it. So those are things that I think people expect from a mobile wallet, and we made sure to include them and to polish how they work. And I would say that just a number of other settings that we've included here that we then want to expand over time. As far as you can set, of course, the theme, so you can go dark mode if you want to. You can change the conversion unit if you prefer to see values represented in euros or what have you. You can also change this account identifier, as we call it. So by default, we help you identify accounts by the native SegWit address of the account. But if you want to, you can change it to the taproot or the BNS name held by that account or the stacks address. And so when you're on the home screen here, for example, looking at all these accounts, you can scan and see, okay, this is the native SegWit address, and you more easily recognize which addresses or which accounts you want to work with. So yeah, we've just made sure that we have a foundation here to allow for a lot of extensible personalization going forward. These are a number of the initial settings, but we already have several others that are cooking, and we'll be adding them soon, such as language support. We'll be supporting several more languages soon, such as Spanish, Mandarin, and Korean. So the app is feature rich now with the launch, but there's a number of things that are already queued up to go live soon.
Amazing. Well, I'm going to bring up a couple of our ambassadors here to the stage. Reese is coming up, and let's get 300. Reese, welcome to the lounge. 300, welcome to the lounge. So we Leather has an ambassador program. We have reached out to a couple active members in the community who are, Leather evangelists. They know about the Stacks ecosystem. They are sometimes artists and collectors native to the Bitcoin and ordinals spaces. They are very active, so they are part of our Leather Ambassador program. So I'm curious to pick your brains. And first, let's get a little introduction. Reese, this is your first official welcome to the Leather Lounge video version. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, data in Zimbabwe and data in South Africa is quite expensive, but I had to be there, be here for this one. It's huge. Like, I feel like I woke up from a dream and I'm still in that dream. It honestly is so amazing. I've already had time to go through the app plenty, but I'm definitely going to continue doing that still. I personally want to say something. Thank you for taking into consideration all the small details that makes navigating Bitcoin so much more easier. Like having the search bar when you're on the browser at the bottom instead of all the way at the top. Small things like that makes a huge difference for my thumb to overextend a 6-inch screen. So it's small things like that, and paying attention to the loading screen when opening up the app. It's amazing. It's art. It's a masterpiece, and I'm so proud to be an ambassador for Leather. Honestly, so cool.
Reese, I'm going to give you a little chance to plug your own art, because you are an artist. You do have an eye for aesthetics. So when you talk about how much you appreciate the attention to detail, we know we can trust and believe you. For anyone who is unfamiliar with you as an artist and your work, feel free to take a moment to introduce us to Reese, the artist.
You are so kind. Well, mentioning aesthetic, black and white is something that me and Leather shares. So Leather has a very monochromatic vibe to it as well, which fits the whole sleek aesthetic. My art also focuses on black and white, but it comes from a conceptual framework where I see a black line and a white line as representational of chaos and order. And chaos and order has been a theme that has been following me my whole artistic career. And so, about 2 years ago, I found a way to reconcile my order phase inside of my soul as well as the chaos phase inside of my soul into one comprehensive style that I now use to tell stories, and tell stories about what I experienced, tell stories of what I've heard. And I use it to convey the visual language of art one step further in my own way. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to talk about my art. I did not expect that. Thanks, Sean.
You're welcome. I know you always got to be able to pull it out of your back pocket. I know. Reese, if I
Elevator
can,
speech.
if data supports, I want to come back to you just to hear more about, how you personally use, how you work across the ecosystem. Maybe if you have any favorite dApps or favorite routines. So if I can, I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to try bouncing over to the 300 right now. I know maybe video's not working. 300, can you hear me? Mic check, mic check.
Mic check. Can you hear me?
There we go. Loud and clear, buddy. Thank you for being here.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes. Can you hear
Awesome. I just want to say a big shout out to the Leather family. I think you should have watched me. Right now, I'm rocking my Leather hoodie. The cap is on, fully representing. Yeah, I'm really excited about this leather up. You know, we've been singing about when leather. Yeah, there you
Yeah, there
go.
we
There
go.
you go.
Got to keep
Yeah,
it handy. Hold
yeah.
on, let me have a drink of
We
water
were
here for a
singing
moment.
when. Yeah, you have the whole match in the house, bro. This is awesome. But yeah, we were singing when leather. But yeah, today is the day. So yeah, we're really excited about this app. And what Reese was saying, that you were paying attention to the details, and yeah, the few things that we shared, that we need something like this and that, and you added the features in there. So I'm really excited that I'm able to use my multiple wallets at a go. Even when I'm traveling, I can just log in my wallets. I don't have to log out my wallet to log in some other wallets that I have, and also I can manage my NFTs, see the other dApps that are linked to this app. And also, yeah, that search feature, you know what, that one is a killer. It's at the bottom. You can just click right there and get going. So yeah, I'm really excited about this app, and yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Reese, let me put it back to you. Nice little cap you got there. Oh, Mark, do you want to say anything?
I
Share
gotta run
anything with
upstairs.
our fans here? So, Reese,
Are you,
tell me about you as like a user.
yeah.
What's your profile? Are you doing like, are you a degen? Are you spending every minute doing trades and swaps? Are you really just focused on art? Are you like a swing trader? Like, what's your profile as a user?
So a little bit of an all-rounder, definitely some degen in my blood. I hold most of the community coins, but I also use Valar's perp decks, obviously. So, but I use all of these on different accounts. So just like 300 mentioned, this makes it so easy to have it all under one. Um, and yeah, but definitely use my wallets for arts, for inscription, for minting on Gamma, also on newer platforms like Gated and Dan's Boom that's going to be launching. And yeah, so having a wallet that makes the interactions as easy as possible is great, to just to get the art on there as soon as possible, especially with Bitcoin, because sometimes the SAT prices can change in a glimpse. So
Just missed that last thing you said right after SAT prices can change.
oh so sorry. So SAT prices can change just on a like a blink, and then you just miss out on instead of like one SAT inscription, two SAT inscription, then you have to wait again. So yeah, if the app is interactive, or well, now the mobile app is interactive very quickly, then that helps with that. But also viewing, for my viewing pleasure, the artworks that I collect, because I like to collect art myself as well. So that's a pretty cool thing for me as well.
Have you made more NFTs and ordinals than you have collected from other people? Or have you collected more than you've released?
I think on both chains, yes. I think I've collected more Stacks NFTs than I have created Stacks NFTs, and I think I've collected more ordinals than I actually inscribed myself. I don't know if that means anything, but I like to support people that I believe in. So
Yeah, similarly for me, especially with the prints feature from Gamma, it's too easy to collect. And
yeah,
I love collecting and supporting.
yeah.
300, let me
I
throw it
was
back to you.
actually checking out the signals.art site a little bit earlier. Got on there as quick as possible, got my bars, and I'm pretty excited for what they're building as well.
Of course, yep. We're gonna have to do a deep dive because last week Nick and Aaron were on, and he was teasing it out that there was something new coming out. So I know perfect timing with the Ordinals event yesterday and the conference this week. So yeah, very good. Well, before I pivot back to Mark to talk a little bit about last week's web release as well, Reese, 300, is there anything else that you want to talk about or ask Mark?
Not really any questions. I just I wanted to say something. The same with the mobile app now, as I saw, is that you guys at Leather are really proving yourself to be from the community for the community by the fact that the jumping from the Leather wallet to, or like the web app, to where you go to Valor or Arcadico or Granite, it's so freaking easy, and you go in there and you know exactly what Leather is standing behind, who they support, and that they're for the community. You know, there's no picking sides. It's literally just like, here's what's happening in Stacks, and we support these apps, and here's how you can get to them. And it's right there in the earn page. It's right there on the mobile. I love that. You know, it's the things like that that matters to me, because it shows the values that Leather stands behind, and I care about things like that.
What do you think, Mark? Is that intentional by design?
I appreciate those words because that's how I view it as well. I think it's that this is such a community-oriented project in a very deep way. I mean, Leather has now a multi-year history, and I think it came out of working very closely with other builders in the Stacks ecosystem and trying to figure out how can we help each other and how can we power each other's experiences and help each other with visibility and usability improvements. So yeah, with the web app release last week and this mobile one this week, we wanted to make sure that the Stack apps were front and center as far as what to do with Leather, because you know, all the use cases we want to power when it comes to earning with Bitcoin and Stacks require deep integration with all of these apps, and so there's just no other way we could do it. We could not do this on our own, and I'm excited. When I'm hearing you say that, I'm excited that that's seen already. I'm also eager to build it out even further in our design, because we have ideas that we're cooking up that will take those integrations to another level. So all of these decentralized protocols that other builders are building, we want to bring that even closer or sort of deeper into the Leather experience, so that Leather users are constantly taking advantage of these protocols, and they really serve as the backbone of what we're doing.
Awesome. 300, let me throw it to you one last time before we shift.
You know what? I love experimenting. Right now, I'm just watching my videos on the Leather mobile right now. So yeah, I'm loving the browser. It's fast, it's quick, and yeah, it doesn't lag. It's right there, and everything like Reese is saying is just right there. At the click of a button, you can just jump from Arcadico, Granite, Hermetica, Zest, Beatflow. So yeah, I'm really excited about this. So I cannot wait to share this to the community and also do a walkthrough like Mark was doing. I'm also good with that, and I will share with the other communities how you can use Leather.
Awesome. You guys are proving your value as Leather ambassadors. So thanks for jumping on. I really appreciate your energy and support here. Good to hear from you.
Thanks, guys.
All right, cheers.
Thanks.
Mark, before we pivot to web app, is there anything else like on the roadmap, maybe any alpha that you want to share, what you're expecting to roll out over the next few months?
Well, I think there are a number of more foundational features that we want to add to the mobile wallet when it comes to viewing more details around the transactions that you're making, the tokens that you have, the collectibles. Currently, when you have a transaction or a token, you can't really get into the details of what that token is about or the history of that token, whether it's the value or just the details around what is it. I think that's really important for both existing holders of tokens and collectibles, but also new ones who want to discover why should they acquire SBC. So those sort of details we'll be adding quite soon. I mentioned before translations. That's really important to make sure that we have a global reach. We want to roll out a wide variety of translations. And then there's just also, I think, as I sort of indicated a bit, the sort of the deepening of our earn experience around these protocols, these third-party protocols. We already deeply integrate stacking and some of the SBC rewards via the new web app, but we want to integrate those also deeply into the mobile app, so you can engage with stacking and SBC rewards without having to go over to the in-app browser even. It should be just native to the app experience. And we want to fold in other Stacks protocols so that it's all one-click experience within Leather. So last week we spoke with Hermetica, for example, and we talked about possibly integrating Hermetica staking into the experience. So you don't have to necessarily go over to Hermetica as an app. You can do that all within Leather. So these are sort of deeper integrations that we want to get in place both on the website and the mobile side. So we have parity and make it so that you can view your earning history as richly as possible. So you can see the trend of how much you've been earning. You can calculate your own APY or APRs, and you could adjust your strategy based on that information.
Nice. Well, as mentioned, you launched web app last week, and we had a dedicated episode last week. We had, in case any of you missed it, we had a lot of the top founders and builders in the Stacks ecosystem join us to showcase their apps. But I just wanted to round out the show today, Mark, if you're willing to share screen and showcase the web app. I know there's a lot of crossover, a lot of similarities, but if there's anything unique to the web app that would be worth showcasing right now, let's bring that up as well. Get your thoughts on the web app.
Yeah, sounds good. So this is Leather.io, which is a fully functional web app these days. You can see here we have a new phone sticker, which is promo for the mobile app that just released. We have, this is sort of a side note, but we have a lot of upcoming releases related to stickers, just to add more fun to our brand. So you can see here, of course, the central focus of this experience is around growing your Bitcoin. And so that means growing any sort of asset that's built on Bitcoin, whether that's BTC itself or Stacks-based assets, or bringing over other assets from the L1, whether they're ordinals-based, runes-based, or whatever, to Stacks to be able to earn yield based on them. And we currently divided the experience into two main types of earn opportunities. You've got the question of SBDC rewards and the various DeFi protocols that use SBDC on Stacks. And then you have the concept of stacking, which is based on the native consensus mechanism of Stacks. So this is where we've gone deep so far on the web app, and we also call this out in the mobile app, again, for Android, but not Apple quite yet because of procedural questions. But new users to Leather should be considering these opportunities first and foremost as to how they want to grow their Bitcoin. And so if you go over to the SBC rewards page, you can see we explain just how SBC rewards as a general category, the whole idea of bridging Bitcoin over to be SBC on Stacks, and then enrolling in a given SBC rewards program to earn yield. You can see that we actually have a native bridging. When the cap is not hit, which currently is hit, you can bridge from BTC to SBC natively with Leather. Or alternatively, as is currently the main option, you can swap other assets on Stacks to SBDC. So there's sort of two ways to get your hands on SBDC. And then from there, you can enroll in a number of these yield generating opportunities with your SBDC. So we have what we're calling sort of the basic SBDC rewards program, which has been sort of the standard bearer for SBDC since last December, I believe. We show the historical yield for these opportunities, TVL, et cetera. We also list Alex, Bitflow, Valar, and Zest because they also have opportunities to commit SBDC to various protocols and then earn yield with that SBDC. So this is sort of this is everything SBDC and what you can do to earn with it. We've also taken care to explain all these terms for newcomers. I think we talked about this last week quite a bit. We have learn more options for a lot of these sections so that folks can dive deeper into what are these concepts? What's the idea of SBDC rewards? How do I get SBDC? What is SBDC about? So we want to make as few assumptions as we can as to what visitors actually understand when they're first arriving. We want to be there to educate them. So that's the SBDC section. Stacking, on the other hand, is all about earning Bitcoin or Bitcoin-based assets with STX, the token, via a stacking protocol. So we've integrated pooled stacking options here. You can see we have a number of providers that people can choose from and can engage with directly inside of the web app. So here you can see a form to stack in the fast pool directly within Ledger, within Ledger, I should say. And this is the sort of concept of natively integrating these protocols into the Ledger experience, because you can do all of this pooling and then managing your pooling position within Ledger. So you can provide the amount you want to stack, the rewards address to which you want to be paid, and you can confirm this transaction for enrollment all within Ledger. And then same thing for liquid stacking. So we natively also support the ability to convert your STX into a liquid staking or liquid stacking protocol, liquid stacking token, I should say, all within the same experience of Ledger. And these are this is the sort of experience we'll bring to other things like Hermetica, like we were talking about, providing liquidity to liquidity pools for swapping protocols, soon for lending protocols like Granite, and really any kind of yield-bearing or yield-generating opportunity on stacks we want to have as easy as what you see here, and it's all done within Ledger. You can also see that we're starting to build out a dashboard for your positions. So here you can see that this wallet has 2 liquid stacking positions, one with Lisa and one with Stacking DAO. And you can see the amount that's been committed to these positions, the historical yield so far, when the next reward's going to be paid out, et cetera. So this is sort of the starting point of us building out portfolio tracking around your positions and helping users to keep track of what they're actually doing as far as their yield generating activities. And then I would just say, in addition to that, the apps tab, I think Reese was speaking to this. For us, it's super important that Ledger users not only see these really natively integrated sort of protocols that we have in place, but can have access and discover a wider range of apps in which they can earn on the Stacks network. So you can see here we have a number of apps that provide various opportunities to earn, and users can go over to them and then connect Ledger and get going via their interfaces. And over time, we hope to integrate as many of these as we can into Ledger, but for now, the sort of best way forward is connecting via our APIs to them and getting started that way.
Nice. And I do think it's worth reiterating that this is really the safest way of connecting to all of these apps, because as we said earlier, if you do like a search, a lot of times there can be fake websites that are like drainer websites or that will somehow compromise your wallet and safety. So when you connect to Ledger.io, you can find the whole suite of apps and safely connect with them. That's the guaranteed way to stay safe within the ecosystem.
Yeah, I mean, our focus is becoming an ever more trusted brand for accessing this variety of opportunities. And so we don't run these third-party protocols. We can't ultimately guarantee that they're going to perform a certain way or the other. However, we can do our best to curate their listings and the information we have about them, present them all in one place, one trusted place where we do our best to make sure that we represent things as accurately as possible, and hopefully help users make sense of it all in a much more reliable way than going off around the web and trying to figure it out on their own. So we're looking to be sort of your companion to navigating this territory.
Nice. Well, I know we have a hard stop at the top of the hour. Are there any other final reflections you want to give? Any shout outs to maybe the team in general that was so pivotal in these last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I mean, the team's been crushing it. I think both last week and this week, sort of different two halves of the team have been stressed and just pumping out great work despite that sort of rush to hit these launch moments. And I'm super proud of them. And everyone deserves a good cool down period now and reflection on just how good things are. I mean, I think we were talking about this earlier today. Everyone's like, wow, now that it's live, we like it even more, right? Like when you put something out there, it's like there's almost like a little bit of distance between you and it, and I think everyone's having a positive reaction to that. At the same time, I think we all have all these things we're seeing that we want to improve even further. And so everyone's really geared up to keep pushing this forward and increase the usability and just the functional sort of scope of what we're doing here.
Fantastic. Yeah, I understand that as a creator as well, because the whole time you have the builder creator lens on, and then finally when it's out in public, psychologically there's just an unlock, and then you can view it more purely as a public user.
Yeah.
Usually that's a great experience if the homework has been done properly. So
Yeah.
well, congratulations, Mark. I know this is a huge milestone and accomplishment for you, the team, and for the ecosystem as well.
Yeah. Thanks to you as well. I mean, you're part of that team hustling hard to get this stuff all pulled together and well communicated. So we should all be proud of this work.
Yeah, definitely. As a longtime, Stacks fan, member of the community, now contributor, it's a huge milestone. Definitely proud to help support. All right, well, I think that's a good place to end it, everyone. Next week we are going to have some shows. Not everything is quite firmed up yet for the month of June, but I know we have a lot of great guests lined up. And then there's also going to be a Stacks wide Zeely campaign, so we'll have a lot more details coming out next week. Right now, everyone is in Las Vegas for the conference, so details will be coming out next week for the Stacks ecosystem-wide Zeely campaign. So thanks again, Mark, for joining. Congratulations. Reese, Threehana, thanks for coming, talking about your perspectives as a user and bringing some good energy. It's always good to hear and see you. So, all right, we'll see you all next week on the next Leather Lounge. And thanks again. Congrats.
Thanks, John.
My outro button is not working right now. Come on, let's go.
Permanent lounge.
Yeah,
It's chilling.
I can't. Getting rugged here. Let's see.
Just sing it.
Yeah, exactly. I should be able to. I can't play my outro, everyone. We'll see you next time. All right, bye.